Welcome back to Equisetum Gaming and our new playthrough of Greedfall. Picking up where we left off outside the shop of our charlatan. So let's just get on with it.
Finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Yeah, we're gonna try to
Are there
get
any nasty side
through a lot
effects
more
with this
than we
remedy
did
of
in the
yours?
previous episode.
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Alright.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment.
And I enjoy that.
As you see, I am still in excellent
I
condition.
realize
Come
probably
on
a lot
now,
of
I
people
swear you take that
think,
vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same
I'll let
potion
him
that you
get
sell to
through
your
this.
clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
I realize a lot of people would think that, you know, having just blackout screens or whatever to, take care of certain actions or scenes would be, you know, not that great of a...
About to get dicey.
Are you done, Kurt? Alright, good. And we have leveled up to level 2. Nice. We'll take care of that in a moment. But, yeah, I realize there's probably a lot of people who think that, you know, using a blackout or a fade to black screen to take care of certain, no, put your weapon away. Certain actions or scenes is sort of cheaty, but I like it because it means that, like, the game itself, like the file sizes aren't so big, and it actually helps with budgeting too, if that's one less thing they have to worry about creating. Alright, so we've looted everything from here. Again, you know, those notes and stuff, pause the game to read them. Oh, what were we going to do? Attributes. Alright, no, skills. And this is my second bit of advice. The first bit was, when you start the game, always unlock lockpicking first. My second bit of advice, once you get to this skills table, because these are, you know, 3 automatic things you unlock going with the warrior mindset, or, you know, whatever it was. But the second thing is, see this little stasis spell? You want that. So, yeah, I could spend this single point on, you know, strong grip, or sharp steel, or precision calibration. But no, you don't want to waste it. You are going to need to open up this stasis spell for 2 points as soon as possible. So we're not going to spend that attribute point, or that skill point, that level up point.
Have you finally made up your mind?
Okay.
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us, to prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it.
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right!
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Yep. And the tavern is right back here. Alright. Have to head upstairs. We'll loot other stuff later, because that's a little side mission. Yeah?
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither
People
deaf nor
outside the door?
blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sareen. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sareen warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sareen hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sareen bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons to find a remedy to the malachor they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sareen's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder. That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Yes, you've got that right. Letter from Al-Sad. Again, it's a pause to read. Okay, we need to find keys. As, quest log. Find a way to exit the tavern discreetly. That is basically, we need to unlock a back door. And right now, this is why you need lockpicking. Take everything. Old embroidered doublet, not embroiled. But, metal bowels are for another little side mission. Okay. Welcome to the kitchen. Kitchen.
I don't have the key.
I thought you just picked up the damn key. What do you mean? Okay. Well, we had the lockpick for that. Or we could lockpick that. Innkeeper's
The key to the tavern.
That's what we need. Oh, yeah.
Locked.
Now, you're not going to fight the door. You're going to unlock the door.
Get out of here as fast as we can.
There we go. You can see all of the poor sick people. It's another letter. Pause to read. Okay. I think that's everything out here. Okay. So now we have to go talk to the crowd. And this can either get very expensive or very bloody.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
Oh. I wish I could check my inventory in the middle of dialogue, but I can't.
I can procure you some excellent potions, as long as you promise to put an end to this. True potions of healing like those you thought you were buying.
What are you, some sort of alchemist then? I hope you're not of the same feather as the other. If that's the case, we have enough rope to hang the both of them!
Trust me, I swear that each and every one of you will receive one.
Our trust was already given. We're going nowhere without seeing the merchandise.
Such a large number of potions. This story's gonna cost you a fortune.
These vials could be lying around anywhere. I need to keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, we need one more. Which is why we need to do a lot of looting. Alright. I think we have mainly exhausted everything this way. But you can also buy them from the shopkeeper, it's just expensive. Coins and ammo. Hawthorne. Yeah, but this little side mission is why you always want to unlock lockpicking first. Hawthorne. Can I find some more people to beat the crap out of? Bandits usually have potions on them. Nope. Nothing there. What part of the map? Okay, I need to get out of here before I screw up a future mission.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year's fashion?
Well, in order to speed this
It's
along,
such
we
a
will
pleasure to see you again.
pay for it.
Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
First off, we're gonna sell some stuff. I can get better swords. And it sell that, yes. I like that outfit, but it is fairly common. You can pick those up fairly regularly. And we will sell the traveling suit this time. Boots. Yeah, different, okay, that one actually offers the same, but better. So, okay.
Thank
Real
you for your
quick, I am
visit.
going
See you
to
soon.
equip those. Just... Sorry.
Welcome.
And
It's
you
Have you seen
can
any?
skip dialogue with the escape key, which is nice. Alright. Comfortable books. Sell those. Okay. Hawthorne is hellishly common. Everything else we're keeping because you can't get them that often. Alright. Health potion. For 23, we definitely can't afford all of that. We'll buy 3 just so I have some left over for Sardet myself.
Thank you for your visit.
Otherwise, I could end up hurting. But like I said, most bandits do have
Do you have those
Potions
potions
on
you
them.
promised us?
Yes,
Yes.
here they are.
Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word. I hope these are good ones.
The colour looks like it should. Not like those others.
Well then, since you want us to go, then we'll be going. Come on, everyone.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
yes.
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Bye. Alright. Go back. Yes, every once in a while it gives you those little auto travel.
Your Excellency,
Lord de Sardet.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants, that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist of the bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sardet.
And 1,000 in experience, which is very nice. Yes, but, so we lost reputation with the Bridge Alliance there because I confronted him, but it's not, like, it's not necessary to always get everybody to like you in this game. And you really do have to sort of pick and choose your allies. But you can... wrong key. You can always track what people think of you on this little screen in your inventory stuff. So, yeah. And I wish they could start with something that was, like, neutral. Because technically Kurt has known us for, you know, years. He's the one who taught us how to use our weapons, our sword, and our, what was the other one? Hammer. Yeah, our spiked hammer. So, to say he's treating us with suspicion is sort of a misnomer. It's just that he doesn't... Like, our reputation with him is still that of, well, we were his student and him our teacher, and the relationship didn't go beyond that, so... Or hasn't gone beyond that.
Good day,
as of yet.
Excellency.
He's our
Sir
bodyguard.
Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
Speak a little faster,
It is a
buddy.
station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place.
No,
We
they
would
don't.
consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
And then you can ask about, all their positions and whatnot, but
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
again, there
May
we're
the
with
light
the Bridge
guide
Alliance.
you, de Sardet.
When we get to Tirfredi, I will explain more of what's going on there between them and the others. Okay. So, pretty much everything now. Captain Vasco, coin guard. That is Captain Vasco. And Heretic Hunt is Captain Vasco. So, yeah. Yeah, basically we just need to go talk to Vasco. Which I am happy about because I will admit that he is my favorite character in the game. And, can I get through here? I don't think. We've already looted this stuff here. Yeah. Definitely. Come on, Sardet. Get around. Okay. We need to head towards port. Which is fine by me. I like the port. I like the knots. I'll find out more about that later. Okay. Crowded streets. I think we've already checked down there for loot. Like I said, if you don't loot it while you're still here in New Serene, or not New Serene, we're heading to New Serene, we're in Serene, but we can't, yeah, that's something else, I forgot about that, but yeah, if you don't take care of it while you're here, you can't take care of it later. Okay, we should be, yes, we are in the port quarter, and this is a place where, yeah, we are an ambassador, but we don't have the same authority as what exists in the rest of Serene. Captain Vasco's
Lively
first
there, lads and
cutscene.
lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
I love that line.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
He is such a good captain. Alright.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
Okay. We'll take care of the other stuff.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Alright. So you always have choices, and I am always completely honest
A
with
couple of heretics
Vasco,
are planning on leaving Serene.
as he appreciates
The
that.
ambassador of Teleme has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They were making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
And I love that, because he completely admits that.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
They talk about it right in front of Vasco.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin,
They
by
do that a
chance,
lot
have
in
you?
this game.
To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
It's the
Happy to
only
be of some
tavern
help.
in the city, though. Alright. And then you can ask about all of these things, which
Be back soon, Captain.
doesn't
We need
matter
to have a word
at
with
this
that
point.
people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Yep. But, for right now, okay. Going to go and talk to Jonas's friends while we are here. Because that is the easiest to do at the moment. Because we're gonna have to, procure ourselves some not clothing before we can do much of anything else.
But perhaps we'll discover some useful information.
Good day.
Lavia.
Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
And I still can't figure out if Lavia is a girl or a boy who just hasn't had his voice break yet.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening.
I
We went
lean
to have
more
a drink
towards
in the
boy.
tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Alright. Smuggler's Journal. Pause to read. Okay. And I love that we can just loot stuff in front of other people. Okay, so we have unlocked shirt at least, which is enough to actually get us into the restricted areas where we want to go. But yeah, that's kind of random too. Sometimes you get a better one than that. I do like the sailor's outfits, so they're a little more, or not more, a little less stylized or a little more neutral than some of the other outfits in the game.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Alright.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Okay.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Laura. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Okay. I don't think there was anything else to loot on this side of the dock. We have to be careful because there are places around here that you... like, if you walk into them without paying attention, the knots will attack you. And you lose reputation points because you can't, like, stop and just apologize and say, hey, I don't want to fight you, I made a mistake. But we will go to the Coin Tavern again. Just checking down the alleyways for things that we have forgotten to loot. Okay. Yes, completing quests. You haven't realized what that all is about. Hello,
Good
Jeffrey.
day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I'll ask about Constantine
I need to
later.
be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Because I want to follow this story thread before we just grab some coins off the table. Grab some more coins off the table. But I want to finish all of this before we actually go
Who are
find
you?
Constantine.
I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Okay. You do... Yeah, okay. I think we have just enough time to start the first part of this confrontation. Because honestly, it does take a little more. Sorry, I'm still checking for crates and other things to loot because, as I mentioned multiple times in the first video, and I think a few times earlier in this one, once you leave Serene, you cannot come back here. And oh, there's something I haven't looted yet. Okay. Pick everything. What was the other thing? Old reinforced gloves. Okay. Yes, those are slightly better, so we will equip those. Alright. And the little circles next to items... Sorry, wrong key. Like, these circles in the under the crafting thing, you can upgrade all of these and increase different stats on them. And that is really helpful later on. Not so much while we're here because all the enemies here are pretty weak and nothing to write home about. Okay.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Mhm.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sardet. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit,
She
Excellency?
looks like she has cat
I would like to
eyes
have a word
because
with
of
your
the lighting.
husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Come on, Kurt. Okay. and Vasco. Why do we have to go? Oh, because we're supposed to ask him about the knot contracts. Okay. Well, anyways, we'll head down towards that direction and call it. We already checked over here. Come on, Kurt. One nice thing they do with this game is, like, your allies who are following you, if you run up to them, they will, like, turn and move as well. So, like, if you're in a narrow alleyway or, like a doorway in a building or whatever, if you just sort of get too close to them in their personal space, they will move. And it is so useful. I wish more games did that. It would really make, you know, having companion characters go much easier. Just want to make sure I'm not about to walk into... Okay. I have done that before where I've accidentally walked into the port quarter in an area I wasn't supposed to be. That rat just despawned as soon as he appeared. That was interesting. But yeah, nothing to loot up here. But I absolutely love that they make your companions walk away from you when you get in their personal space. It is like the perfect way to solve that issue. Alright. So, for now, we will talk to Vasco in the next episode. Kurt, will you stand there while I do our outro? Okay, so if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And Sardet and Kurt and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.